the way to deal with this problem is to meditate on the parable that I ended my talk with here. The parable of Christ asleep in the boat. The boat is the church. The church will always be beset by storms in this life. The temptation is to jump ship. If you jump out of the boat, you immediately die. It's immediate death. If you stay on the boat, you may get seasick. It may be unpleasant, but you're protected by the boat. And Jesus Christ will eventually wake up and he will eventually calm the waves. So to anybody out there who's worried, do not jump out of the boat, which means do not go join schismatic groups like the Society of Pius X. You are only making the situation worse if you do that.
And if you stay, you can do more than nothing, right? And wait. Like, one is to increase your faith in what you're suggesting, that, you know, the gates of hell will not prevail against the church. But also, you know, to make the church better, what would you say are the ways to make the church better? I mean, obviously, one of the ways is publishing these concerns, which you've been doing for decades, so that people could talk about them and bring accountability inside the church. But what would you say to that?
Yeah, look, yes. Look, the person, the average person, the broad way of life is you're going to get married and have children. And I'm saying at this point, join the local parish. That's the place where you join the church and build up that community by associating with the people in that neighborhood. Don't make some type of litmus test as membership to your little church. In other words, I only go to a church that says the Tridentin Mass. Look, I know there are illicit Tridentin Masses out there. Okay. We have one in South Bend. Every person that goes to that licit Mass is not going to the Mass in his parish, in his geographical area, which means he's meeting with another club member. It's a society. It's not a community where you tend to talk about the same things. The geographical reality of the Catholic Church is the parish, and you should go to your local parish and you should associate with the people in your community. And this is especially important if you're young and you have children. You will find a natural affinity to the young people with children in your parish, and you will build a community, and you will strengthen the world because you did that, and you will strengthen your family and other people's children by doing that. The main thing that needs to be rehabilitated right now is the local parish. And the main thing that's drawing people away from the local parish is some type of Latin Mass somewhere off in the distance. I dealt with this in Cincinnati. They invited me down there. They went to the Latin Mass. People from a 50-mile radius went to that Mass, and they wanted to talk to me about community. I said, if you want a community, move into over the Rhine. Because you won't have a community if everybody's coming from 50 miles away and they leave in their cars and you never see them again. Now there are a lot of people there. It's even more than when I was there. You know, I love those people. Okay. It's great to see all those people. It gives a strong sense of identity. Okay. Because it's a club, but it's not a parish. Okay. So God bless them if they're doing well at Old St. Mary's in Cincinnati, but the rule is the geographical parish, and that's the community that you need to strengthen. We have serious disunity, and having now look what you just said. What's the FSSPX resistance? What is that? You mean just a splitter group from the splitter group? This is the fruit of this breaking with the unity of the church. You will splitter on forever and ever. And there will be, someone's going to break away from FSSPX resistance too. God knows what that's going to be. But this is precisely what we have to resist, this temptation, and stay in the bark of Peter. Ubi Petrus ibi ecclesia. Where there is Peter, there is the church. There is no universal church without Rome. And I say this to my Orthodox friends as well. Okay? Rome is the center. That's what we have to stay on. That is the bark of Peter, and we cannot jump out because there's a storm going on.